Hello, Adrian here. I'd like to show you this leather pocket organizer that I made for myself. It is designed to fit in my right front pocket, and it fits there pretty well. This is the second version that I made. The first version I used for about 3 months. That's this one. It's definitely had its time, and I just wanted to upgrade, so I am using this one currently. It's a little tiny bit bigger, but it still fits. The reason why I have so much tools is because I work at a machine shop. So yeah, here we go. So first off, we got a Chicago Comb Co. Carbon fiber comb, model number 2. It works very well to be a comb. It hasn't broken yet, it hasn't deformed or bent. I've used it quite a lot to comb my hair, and yeah, it feels nice. It's nice, smooth, textured. Yeah, so that's that. Next up, we have a vernier caliper. It is made of brass and it's made by Hunter in Germany. And it is, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 3-4 millimeters thick. And it has both metric and imperial graduations. I removed the little thumb nub right here in order so it fits better and things, so it's more naturally flat. But this thing is just amazing. I use this extensively to measure just about everything that's under 6 inches, or 4 inches, I should say. Yeah, so that's basically this. Next up, we have a file. So this is a 4-inch, I want to say. Yeah, 4-inch flat bastard file, and I've used it quite a lot. It is made of hardened steel, of course. Hopefully harder than whatever you're trying to file, or else the file parts will degrade. But I got this on Amazon. I believe it was like $10 or something. Very well worth it because files are very handy. This right here is a rod coupler that I put on to use as a handle, and it works very, very well as such. It's not flat, so it bumps up a little bit against my pocket organizer, but that's not too bad. It's really, it's not bad at all. So yeah, that is the file. Next up, we've got a screwdriver, specifically the Klein 27-in-1 precision screwdriver. And the reason why it's a precision screwdriver and not a 1/4-inch screwdriver is because there is quite a lot of electronics that I need to fix sometimes, and this has the most amount of bits in it. So it has 24 bits. Well, I guess you could say 12 bits total, but there's 24 total bit faces. And then there's 2 more here at the end. And then you can count the hex as one as well. So 27-in-1, 26 sort of. But yeah, this has been pretty handy and useful. The fact that it spins at the top, a lot of screwdrivers do that, but this one's pretty nice feeling. It feels very nice in the hand. The rubberized texture of it works very well. So that's the Klein 27-in-1 screwdriver. Next up, we have 4-inch mini vice grips. If I can get that out. So there we go. Yeah, so 4-inch mini vice grips. These things are pretty dang awesome. I only got them recently, so I haven't used them very much, but I have used them for little tiny things, such as making this pocket organizer. Yeah, these things are really cool. The fact that it's needle nose as well really, really helps. Next up, we've got the very conventional Cobra pliers by Knipex. And these are, well, they're Cobra pliers. The 125mm variants. I mean, do I really have to review this? Because there is just so much information online about these things. They're great. They're amazing. I use these for a lot of things, whether it be holding something in order to do something else, like saw something, or crunch something, or try to get out a stuck nut or bolt. These things will grab onto pretty much anything and really have a good grip on things. So as far as grip goes and overall usability, the size of the jaws of the pliers, I'd rank these like 10 out of 10. So next up is the 125 millimeter plier wrenches. Now these are a little different than the Cobras. Actually, I should say they're pretty moderately different than the Cobras because they have parallel opening jaws. And what this is really good for is any nuts or bolts, because it's not going to damage the nut or bolt while you're taking it off. I mean, basically, I'd use this as an adjustable wrench. Anyways, next up, this is the VIM RFB400 ratchet. Yeah, so basically what it is it is a rotating head ratchet that has multiple positions, and these are very useful. Overall, it's very well made, along with the design of it is absolutely phenomenal. This is my 1/4 inch screwdriver as well, and usually what I'll do is if I encounter something like, let's say I have a light switch cover I need to take off. Usually those are flathead, and that's exactly what I did previous to this, is use this flathead for that. That's why there's a flathead on here. Otherwise, I'd probably use a Phillips on here because Phillips is usually more common, but not always. Yeah, so what I would do is I would take it, I would open it to this position, and then I'd push this all the way through, and all of a sudden you have a T-handle screwdriver. That's works very well. And yeah, it's really great. And then this bit comes out, this adapter I should say, to like a screwdriver hex to a 1/4 inch socket adapter. And like you can take this out entirely, this extension. You can use it as extension, like you can just put it in there and use it as extension if you want. Or you can use it like a ratchet and put a socket on there, and away you go, right? So that's best for sockets. What else can you do? You can put it like this and then like turn it, and all of a sudden it becomes a crank. So that's really helpful for getting screws out really fast, if that's something that you do. Or you can just take the extension out entirely and use this just like a screwdriver as is. That works totally too. It works very well. So I have it sitting in a pocket in here like that, and that's just how it stays. Yeah. So then we have, of course, the bits for it. Now, 1/4 inch bits, I didn't want any sort of redundancy where you have multiple of the same bit, because that would not be very ideal. So I decided to just lay out every single bit that I had in the precision screwdriver, and like only include the ones that are not there. So yeah, so basically how these sit in here is there's a 3D printed sleeve right there. And the reason why I 3D printed only this one and not the rest are false leather, is because otherwise the bits themselves would rub against the material and get stuck, and they wouldn't be very smooth to take in and out. This way, you can just drop it in and it stays in there very well. And you just pull it out and there's no resistance. It's very smooth to take in and out. So that is the reason why I 3D printed that. Next up, we have the actual sockets themselves. So this is a 3D printed socket case that I designed. It's pretty simple, nothing complex. What I have in here is the most common sockets that that I use often, and basically it goes to 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. So smallest is 1/4, biggest is 1/2, and everything in the middle is both metric and imperial. So we got 3/8, 10 mil, 11 mil, and then 12 mil. Yeah. And you can see that they're obviously used a little bit. They are my normal set, so I have used them quite a lot on repairing vehicles of many sorts, including bikes and cars and trucks. Yeah. So this, very compact. You don't need all that amount of sockets because most of the time it's just going to be a 10 mil. So yeah, that is that. All right, I think we're down to a few more things. This right here is a saw. So it doesn't look like a saw, but that's because I flip this over. Here is some T-shank and jigsaw blades. So I take one out, put it in there. This needs to be unscrewed a certain amount. Screw it back in. Make sure it's finger tight about, and that's not going nowhere. Like that's basically it's a T-shank jigsaw blade handsaw. That's what this is, and it's very nice and compact. And I put this together. So somebody on Reddit introduced me to this sort of design. Basically, you order this is a lifting rod from a jigsaw, and you order it and you cut it to the size you want it. This is the size that I want to cut it to. Some people may prefer it longer, some people may prefer it shorter, but I did it to this size. I didn't cut the bolt down. I could have, but I find that it's a nice little rest in my palm when I'm cutting, so the length increases a tiny bit. And I put these knurled sleeves over top. Yeah, I just got them off of AliExpress. I bored them to the correct size, so that way they press fit nicely, and then I took a hammer and I press fit them on. And as you can see, they are almost perfectly on there. So yeah, it works very, very well. I used it just the other day to cut slots in the top of my the door frame because I needed to let the Ethernet cable through. So yeah, I'll put this back. It goes in there. And this goes right here. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. So you got the blades. Then we have in this pocket right here some Dr. Slick forceps, and whether you call them pliers or forceps, that's up to you. I'm not sure the exact correct definition of what these are, but they are basically for fishing. They're for extracting hooks out of fish mouths, a bunch of things like removing hooks from a person if they get a hook in them. It has a little, what do you call it, spike right here to clear out the head of a hook or jig head that has paint in it or something. That's helpful for that. They lock, but you have to press them in to unlock it. All right, so last big part is this Altoids tin. Well, it's not really an Altoids tin, but it's the same size. I guess it's a Barclays tin, but yeah, it's the exact same size as an Altoids tin. So you can all use an Altoids tin interchangeably. So open this, and this is what I got in here. I have, first of all, duct tape. So this is 2-inch. I believe this is 2-inch, right? Let me check. Yeah, it's 2-inch, roughly. Roll of duct tape, and I'm not sure exactly how many feet this covers. I think maybe like, I don't know, 5 or so. It's a good amount though. It's and these are standardized. This isn't just a roll that I decided to only use some of, or cut a piece and roll up another thing. Like this is a standardized size because you can also buy. This is a used one. I already used part of this, but you get the gist. Like I got this at the dollar store. Got this on Amazon. they're standardized, and I understand that you can make your own, and it'd be cheaper, probably even more effective. But I chose these because I know they're standardized and I know they're going to fit. Anyways, so as you can see, this is a 3D printed little organizer in here. Spacers, I guess you can call it, whatever. Right here is a measuring tape. It's very small, and it only goes to 28 inches about, but you know, it's like as a replacement for a ruler, it's pretty decent if you need it. So that's that. I also got, I probably shouldn't put it that way. There we go. I got a binder clip in here. That's useful for some things. Got paper clips, got safety pins in here. I even got nails. So the nails are good because I usually carry my cat claw, which is duals as a hammer. That's this guy right here. I usually carry this in one of my pockets. And it's heavy enough to hammer nails into wood. So that's basically why there's nails. Nails are also good just because it's a point, and if you need to remove a splinter or something, you can use that. And then there's Tylenol. That's useful for pain relief. Yeah, so basically my third version that I'm going to make is similar to this, but it eliminates a few things. So it's going to have the screwdriver in the middle, and that way I can put the Altoids tin. I'll just grab another one facing this way like this. You can see that. And so the screwdriver would go here, Altoids tin would go like that, and there'd be an angle that it goes on, so it more correctly fits my pocket. Because right now it doesn't go all the way to the bottom, and that kind of bugs me. Anyways, I digress. Oh yes, last but not least, I do have zip ties. So can't forget those. Those are very useful for a wide range of situations. Zip ties are good. Zip ties and duct tape. Those are the expendable items that I have in here. Yeah. So this has been a not a review, but kind of like a show off of the pocket organizer that I currently have, and stay tuned for the next one where I make yet another pocket organizer. But I'm going to carry this until then. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.